the races. There are 100 delegate races. There are 40 Senate races. If you had to bet money right now, if you had the money or you wanted to bet money, what are you able to just say, right now it's 51 Republicans to 48 Dems in the House and 21 to 19 in the Senate. What would your predictions be total? Who's going to prevail at the end of the day?
So I'll give you guys a preview of the piece I'll put out on Monday, which will be my final election analysis. As you guys know, the Wasson Center has put out 2 surveys. Our third, unfortunately, had its own IT error with the survey software breaking on us. So we had to not do it. But we did one that was a statewide and one that was focused on just competitive state Senate districts. And both of them were designed to kind of capture, are we still seeing a measurable enthusiasm advantage for Democrats? Because that's a really necessary ingredient here, not only for Democrats to hold on to their gains from 2017, which were, of course, a product of a burst of enthusiasm themselves, but also to pick up these necessary seats. I mean, it's true that they have a more favorable map in the House of Delegates than they did in 2017. But in addition, they have this massive historical turnout, disadvantage, especially in this off-year cycle. So what we want to see if we're looking at, the prospects for Democratic control or takeover is we want to see a measurable, quantifiable product of Democratic enthusiasm. And so we do see that both in the statewide survey and in the state Senate district competitive races survey. And that's a very important factor. It's double-digit, and It also translates into 2 questions that we post in both surveys. One of them asks respondents, do you, in the election, plan to vote for the Republican candidate for the state legislature or the Democratic candidate? This is a version of the generic ballot question you hear for congressional races.
Yep.
And, we want to see, of course, we expect Republicans will go with Republicans and Democrats will go with Democrats, but we want to see how we're independents breaking, right? And we see here, too, a significant advantage amongst for Democrats amongst independents. So, that suggests on both questions that and the, who do you prefer control the assembly, Democrats have big advantages among independents, and that translates into big advantages overall in both statewide and these competitive state Senate races that were a sample from we took 4 across the state. So with that in mind, this is what we expect to happen. We expect with the registration data that we saw that was on par to 2018, with the fundraising advantages that Democrats have had that have been just absolutely astronomical fundraising in some of these districts, too.
Wow.
We've seen a big advantage for out-of-state spending for Democrats, especially when it comes to the gun control issue. And then we are tracking absentee ballot returns. We see some of these districts now up at 300% of their absentee activity from 2015. Yeah. So these are all signs of, what we saw that were similar in 2017 and 2018 when Democratic turnout soared. And so it suggests that Election Day on Tuesday, we're going to see good, strong turnout for Democrats, and that should translate into good, strong seat gain.
So the punchline is this, Professor. You're going to let us know on Monday sort of your prediction, but you can't do it now